Like many of you, you were all probably, like myself, completely and utterly shocked at the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And we call it what it is, assassination. It's not some sort of murder or terrorist attack, it's an assassination. But it's an assassination of ideas. It's an assassination of the morals and the cultural and spiritual things that we hold dear to ourselves. And it's also an assassination on, I believe, Western values. What makes where we live in the West so wonderful. You know, the idea of freedom of expression, the flourishing of ideas, the exchanges of ideas. It was an assassination of that. When I seen it happening, I have enjoyed some of Charlie Kirk's content, and I generally will miss that content, and I will miss him showing up in my feed. Did I know him personally? Of course not. But it was kind of the first kind of celebrity, if you want to call him a celebrity, that kind of like death that kind of actually really actually generally bugged me. And what made me more enraged was the days to follow. Some of the responses from people I know actually on my own feeds personally. But it really opens your eyes, actually, doesn't it? It really opens your eyes. And you know what? More than ever, it feels like an us versus them. You know, we were always told, you know, right now when it happened, we're told to sort of cool the temperature down, let temperatures drop. Well, how about we let the temperature drop when you stop saying that some of the ideas that are shared by one particular side, let's say the right, okay, that's what we're saying here, the right wing, when you stop actually saying that the right wing are Nazis, that saying certain ideas that weren't really that controversial 6 years ago, but now are controversial now, you know, be it on the transgender or immigration concerns, when you stop actually calling that side Nazis, maybe we'll let the temperature cool. Because right now it really feels like an us versus them. Now, I'm not here to tell you my political views or what I believe, but in this channel here, everything's fitness, right? But it's also trying to preach masculinity, stoicism. And I believe fitness is a great way for that, right? Because it's self-responsible. It's you versus no one else. And if you don't succeed at it, you've only got yourself to blame, right? That very essence of masculinity and stoicism, you know, I think it's very applicable right now, what we're talking about. We need stoicism and we need masculinity more than ever, okay? We really need that actually strong, chest out, shoulders back mentality to say, no, we're not actually going to fucking take it anymore. This is like, enough is enough at this point. You know, not only have you tarnished who we are and attempted to call us certain heinous terms, like being called a Nazi, that's pretty fucking far. And not only is it pretty fucking far, but of course you're going to get some radical, it's going to take it into his own hands when you call someone a Nazi. Like a Nazi has quite big connotations behind it. So someone's obviously going to try, you know, do something to stop that because they think that's an existential threat. Well, I can understand we get some mentalist trying to take a pop shot. So how about when you stop actually calling one side who disagree with your opinion something else, then we can maybe have a chat, we can cool temperatures down. But right now we need masculinity in stores more than ever. We need men out there with the chest out and shoulders back to actually tell people, no, we're not actually going to fucking take it actually anymore. I'm not going to take it anymore. And then you have the response of people cheering. I don't give a shit if Charlie Kirk did say anything that could have been on the side of slightly racist or slightly homophobic that you deem it. By the way, a lot of the quotes that they're saying he said are completely taken out of context. But let's say that, granted, that wants you shooting him in the neck. Because he supported Israel, that wants you shooting him in the neck. Because your definition of him supporting Israel is genocide. Okay, well, say I support Israel, right? You have a right to shoot me in the neck. You have a right to take a father away from my 3 kids. Yeah? Is that what you're saying? Well, how about I have the right to shoot you in the neck then if you support Palestine? Because if we're going to just play devil's advocate, okay, let's say I deem every pro-Palestinian as a terrorist because you're supporting Palestine and it's run by Hamas, a designated terrorist group. So let's say that then, for example, just for example's sake, I'm not telling you my opinion on either side here. That gives me a right to shoot you in the neck then, because by my definition, that's okay, right? Because, well, as far as I'm concerned, you're a genocider, right? You're a terrorist, so I can shoot you in the neck. You see how this starts getting murky water? You see how this is fucking batshit? And what we do is we flip law and order on its head based on definitions, right? Because we define something's wrong. Okay, we can flip law and order on its head, right? Oh, a great system, yeah, very punk of you, yeah. Let's write on anachronistic perspectives here. Yeah, great, yeah. Well, that was fun when you were 16 years of old, thinking that the system's against you. But when you become an adult and you've got, people that you're responsible for. By the way, a lot of these people that are cheering his death are usually young or middle-aged losers with no codependence whatsoever and don't know their ass from their elbow. But I think that's enough for this video anyway. I'm properly enraged by the response, and I think the West is meant to be the kind of pinnacle of sanity, right? Sophistication, civilization. We're fucked. I mean, if that's the kind of thing we're getting that response from people now, we're fucked. I don't care if you disagree with Charlie. I don't give a shit. But be the bigger adult to say, a man getting shot in the neck and he has 2 small children that were there as well and his wife. And that's pretty fucked up. Anyway, I'll leave it there. It's a messy one. I'll see you in the next video.